Well, hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Off the Rail. Believe it or not, it is the last Off the Rail of the year. We've been doing this for about since September, and really appreciate everybody Gumpa coming on. We have a very special guest tonight. Uh, no co-host, just a special guest. Our guest, you may know him. He's an award-winning screenwriter. He's a movie director. He is also a movie star. He has been one of his movies, even one called Inclusion, raised over $30,000 for the Make a Wish Foundation. He is a recipient of a scholarship to the prestigious Eugene O'Neill Theater. He directed, wrote, acted, and produced a film called Last Chance, also starring AJ Ryder and Mrs. Big News, Sarah Marie. He has written his own graphic novel and been to Comic Cons all over the country, signing autographs and posing for pictures with people. He is the co founder of the Triple Clowns. He even once got Todd Bridges to say, that's what Willis is talking about in a movie that he wrote. One of my good friends, one of my closest friends, Mr. G. Randall Johnson.
Okay, that was a little bit much, Tom, because you know what? Now I just want to go and realize how I've fallen down the ladder. Thanks a lot, Tom. But no, I appreciate that. And a couple of things there. Yeah, we did a lot of fun stuff before. And yeah, that's what I've done. Appreciate that. A couple of things I did. It was a TV show as a pilot, but that's okay. And yeah, but thank you for the kind words and glad to be here. Excited to be on Off the Rails. Usually we're doing this Monday thing with the big tracks, but now we're going Middle Atlantic because I don't want to abbreviate anything. I'm going to Mid
Hey,
Atlantic. I don't want to abbreviate.
hey,
I
big
was being
no, we got this was the this we had a great handle yet today at Parx. We had some stakes races, some big stakes races. We got a couple stakes races that we're going to talk about. The Philly Pick Five, the mandatory Pick Five will be paid out tomorrow. So hopefully we can guide some people in the right direction, or at least talk about some things. And just really thanks everybody for popping in. I know it's a holiday week for some. You could be out with your families doing stuff, but hey, we're all degenerates, and that's why we're here on Degen Nation. So we got five races to talk about. What do you think, Randy? You want to start off on race six?
Yeah, you know what's funny? I actually I handicapped race 5 at first. I want to be that person. I did that. I don't know if
All
we thought
right.
I was doing a pick 6 or I can't add to a pick 5 to race 10.
You've been hanging out too long with me. I can't add.
I swear to God, I think I went. Oh, I got started race 5. It's a pick 5 to 10, which yeah, not very good. But so I'll go to 6 though. But I'll have bonus coverage if you want, guys, for race 5. But I will go to 6 right away here. Yeah, and I will say, obviously this isn't a track I'm that comfortable with, but that's not an excuse. I can read a program and I can figure out things like I try to do all the time. And I'm looking forward to people telling me what they like. And what's up, Mikey Pete? And Keith, what's going on? And so I'm going to go to it right now. So on race 6, I, of course, like the horse. I'm getting used to using this mouse here on Sarah's computer. Right away, I like the horse. Didn't do it because I like to say that a lot. I didn't do it. I got to go for that. And absolutely, I'm going to go for didn't do it right away. Ran a good third last out in which he pressed the pace pretty well. And I think it could be closer than people think. I mean, could just go. I mean, I think he could just go on here. So that was one I really liked there. Was didn't do it was one of them. I'm also going to go with Get the W, another horse that really pressed the pace last time out. And, I think this one's the one that could be closer to lead than you think. I think that this 8 might get a little bit out there right there. And I'm going to go through a few of them here because it's crazy to me. So I'm going to keep going. This might be the giveaway, right? For the pick 5. I got to go deep.
You do.
And I'm going to go with the 9 here. 15 to 1. Why not throw a bomb in to start it out? And that is Peculiar Sensation. Peculiar Sensation. Sorry, the New England came out. Peculiar Sensation. But I'm going to go with that horse. 51. I think the horse has defeated. I mean, hey, listen, we're looking at an 8-year-old gelding that's won 3 races. Coming off, it's his 3rd race off of a layoff that was 3 years, pretty much 3 years, 2 and change years. And listen, I think the older horse is, 3rd off the layoff's a pretty good thing. Could go near the lead or on the lead and maybe steal the race at 15-1. How am I not going to play that horse?
It's that
And
first time claimer for D'Angelo. I like that.
yeah, absolutely. And there's another one I had there. Yeah, first time claimer with a person who has a good, reputation for that. And if you're claiming, well, it wasn't claim. I don't think it was claim. I think it just changed trainers.
Gotcha.
But yeah, but you're changing
You're right.
trainers, and you have a trainer that's taking this horse on or doing whatever. You have things to go after there. So I do like that. But yeah, so I do. So I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go 6, 8, 9, 13. But if I had to throw one out, I'll probably throw one out that didn't do it because I don't know if that always can hang on to the lead. But so if I went 3 deep, I'd go 9, 13, 8, 9, 13.
All right. I like that. I like that breakdown. The 8 was one of my final cuts. I really liked how he finished that last race. He's hitting his stride at the right time. But man, I don't have deep pockets like you, Randy. So I can't play them all.
I have 2 singles coming up. So
Whoa, damn. Well, this is great. This is a very unusual card because it is the stakes card. We're looking at 16 horses in this race, 15, 16 horses. It's bonkers, and that's why this is just going to be. There's so many different combinations of things that could happen here. Everybody, hey Mikey, if you're still in, nice work over the weekend with I believe it was that pick 4, pick 5 that you put up. Great ROI. So good work, my friend.
yeah.
Race 6, we're going 7 furlongs on the Ben Salem dirt. I did start out with didn't do it, and my usual co-host AJ, his favorite jockey is on here with Carol Cedeno. He said a lot of good stuff about this horse, and I think he's hitting his stride at the right time. This is a horse that struggled a little bit earlier in his career, but I think he's hitting his pace at the right time. Another horse that I have here is the 14 DT Goody. He finished second just last week. Threw up a 78, which is impressive with this class of horse, especially going at 7 furlongs. I did also go 4 deep here because it's as we said, there's a lot of horses here. I do like the 13 6-sider. Andy Hernandez is a jockey that has been really, really working it. He's struggled the past week or so, but he's still throwing up impressive numbers. I like him here on this 2-1 shot. He put up an 80 last race. First time trainer as well with the 6-sider. And he's been running. It's odd to say he's been running with better company at Penn National, but this horse has been running a little bit better company at Penn National, but I'm not too worried about it. And one that kind of that I it was my last. I cut out the get the W, and I added in this one horse. I'm looking at 8-1 odds. I do like the new trainer with him. I do question. He's been running up at Woodbine with Emma Jane. They don't put Emma on mules or anything like that. There's a few Canadian horses that we're going to be seeing tomorrow, and we saw today that are just a little bit intriguing. And if Sean Patrick Nolan is here, he might be able to put us another spin on this one horse. But I did watch a couple of replays. I do like how it's working. He's been at Parx the past couple workouts as well, throwing up some good workout numbers. But yeah, the Woodbine kind of intrigued me, and we're as we saw today, The rail is freaking golden. Michael Sanchez won with won the Mrs. Kringle Stakes, riding on the one. So yeah, so I did 1, 6, 13, 14.
Yeah, huge number with the first with the trainer, and also first on a switch in a circuit. Also, so I did look at that one as well. And thank you for talking about the 13, because I said I played the 13, and I believe I didn't talk about the 13. So thank you
I
for filling that in.
I
Uh,
probably cut you off.
no, I think I mean, there's not much to say about that horse besides it might be the best horse in the race.
Yeah, yeah.
That's actually my note. Maybe the best horse in the race. Those were my notes for that horse. So thank you for breaking that horse down a little bit. And yeah, I see somebody, Wild Haven, could get a piece of this. Jockey Wild Haven. I went back and forth with Wild Haven. And we were saying peace. I agree with you with the peace part. If you're saying that, Keith, I agree with that. I don't know if it can win that. So yeah. All right. So that's good. You got the picks written down. So
Um, can you tell me yours again, Randy?
yeah, I'll tell you after the race.
All right.
No, after the no, I had the 8, 9. Well, let's just do 6, 8, 9, 13. But
Okay.
I like your one, because that was my thing with the 1 and the 6. And if they go back and forth, that could be a game time decision.
Understood. Yes, I want to see how the track's going tomorrow. It was pretty fast today.
Absolutely.
And we're going to race 7. We're moving along. We are going 5, so we don't want to bore everybody for too long. Race 7 is for the gals. It's for the fillies. We're only going 6.5, and they're all on the dirt tomorrow at Parx. We're off turf for the rest of this year. But race 7, this was an interesting race, Randy, and one of I'm not a jockey basher, but there's a jockey here who's on a really good horse that I had a hard time leaving off, and going to start right out with the 6, Indian Bella. You're a pedigree guy. I'm a pedigree guy. Indian Charlie. Indian Charlie's right now on these short races on 6.5 are golden, especially here. We saw there was 2
He's the
last week. There was
grandson of Indian Charlie. He's an Indian Clark.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. We saw a couple Indian Charlies last week win here at Parx in this at the same distance, and also with Ness as the trainer. So if I was smart, I might single this. I might single this 6, but I'm not smart. I do have 2 more horses that I'm going to play here, and it gets back to that Canada. It gets back to that Canada, those Canadian horses. Um, Actually, I'm sorry, just the one is the 12 Paquette.
Yeah.
He's another. It's a first time claimer for Lou Linder. Lou Linder is the second leading trainer at Parx. He's been doing it for a while. He knows what he's doing. Yeah, he got a couple Canadian horses that are in this same race. And let's see, we have yeah, he was running really well up there. And hey, I think this might be a 2 or 3 horse race. I went a little bit deep the first race. I'm going to try to trim the fat here. So I'm just going 6-12. A little bit of a different running style than this 11 Forest Taylor, which is the other first timer from Canada for Linder. But yeah, so yeah, game time decision. The one thing that I do like with the 11, I love the odds, and with Ruben in the irons, you never know. So yeah, so 6, probably. So we'll say 6, 11, 12. I'm going to go 3.
All right. So now you're going 3. Okay. So first of all, you said that if you were smart, you'd single the 6. And I love the fact that Keith called me out on it right away. Keith's been watching this show long enough that knows probably I'm smart, because I am just singling the 6 here. This horse is probably going to go to the lead. And who's going to catch this horse in the lead? I mean, I looked at it and I'm like, if this horse is going to get to the front, how is anyone going to catch this horse that already can run a longer distance? I mean, it makes no sense This horse is my single here. Like all the things you said right there, I am going to single the 6 here. I don't need to say much else about that. And I see D-Rest is always going ahead of the crowd here, going on page 5 when we're only on page 3 right now. D-Rest, we'll get there.
Well, and you and I talk a lot. Obviously, we talk about jockeys. We talk about horses. My only concern is that Jamie Rodriguez is going to run this horse like he runs a lot of horses and try to go off the pace, and he's not going to go out front.
Mhm.
That is the only reason why I'm not singling this horse, because we know this jockey. He's a good jockey, but he has his moments where he thinks he's Pat Day, and he's coming off the pace.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. I mean, listen, I hear it in California a lot of times when people talk about that about Flavian Pratt. Sometimes,
Right.
yeah, we hear that. So I don't know, but I don't even.
No, I mean I like Jamie. I mean he's been I saw him win a whole shit ton of races at Delaware Park this summer.
Sure.
Not talking bad on him for any Jamie Rodriguez fans out there. So you're singling the 6.
I'm
That's
single on 6. I got to go all
all
day
right.
on a 6. I couldn't find another horse I thought could beat this horse, or even even if this horse is pressed in the lead by maybe like the 10 or something like that, or something inside of it. Maybe they send the I don't even know 5-4, whatever. I just can't screw with the 6 here. And I have to get a single somewhere, and I got another one just because I got lazy. So we'll get to that.
Imagine that. I think on a side note, D-Russ, not to jump ahead, but I believe Witty is going to be scratched. But we'll get there when
Oh,
we.
thanks for that heads up. There was my other single. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't, but I did have
I
it.
sent you the text earlier.
Did you really? No, you didn't.
You don't read them. You don't read
That's
them. That's
true.
fine.
That's
No,
true.
it's fine. You know how you can block people on Twitter? Randy blocks me on my text, so
Mhm.
that's
You might.
uh, cool. Well, we're moving along. We're now getting to a couple big stakes races here that we talked about. This is the $100,000 Parks Utility. It's race 8. We're going 7 furlongs, and it is for 2-year-old fillies. So another race for the ladies. Randy, you wanna start us off and tell us who you like here?
I'll tell you what. Either our listeners um, know what I do and they're learning from me, or I'm learning from them. It's probably me learning from them because D-Raz hit it right on the head with the first one I'm going to start out with, and that is stand-up comic.
Mhm.
Stand-up comic, huge numbers from turf to dirt with the trainer. Ran against good horses before, and I think this horse can sit right off the lead. Perfect trip. I think this could go very well. I think this horse is a dirt horse, and I think they're finding it out. I just give me the 3 all day right there. I'm going to go a little bit backwards, not in the order. Is the 2? I'm going to go with the 2 here, which is Alice Harper, and I think this horse is the one that's going to probably be in the lead with the 3 sitting off of it. So to go to lead, nice trainer jockey combo here with the 2. And I like the nice progression this horse is having a little bit, even though the number went down a little bit, but that's okay, whatever. I think, with 2-year-olds, this is what you're looking at. And so I'm going to go with the 2 there. And I'm also going to go with the 10 here, Miss Intrepid. You're going to be mad because I feel like I'm going very anti-Delaware here, Tom, because I'm throwing these horses out that I'm not impressed with the numbers of Delaware. So I'm going to go Miss Intrepid. I think this horse has, Pletcher Carmouche combo's huge. Pletcher
Mhm.
coming here is huge as well. I got to put this horse in it. This horse might just be the best horse in the race. So I'm going to go 3 deep. I'm going 2, 3, 10.
Well, we're either onto something or we're not onto something. Um, because I right now I'm scrambling because I have the exact same horses, which
It's
is a
okay.
good thing.
That's okay.
It
It's
could be a
okay.
good thing. I love stand up comic. In Frankie Pennington, he won one of the big ones today with a Smarty Jones baby actually. I'm throwing that last race out for stand up comic. I think that this horse is. I mean, look at the pedigree for Christ's sakes. It is. It's a good horse. It's running with better company up in at the New York circuit. And yeah, it's got the great horse. And you said everything you could about the 10. Uh, when Pletcher comes down, he's not coming to when Pletcher's entering a horse in $100,000 race. He's not just there to be have fun. He won a race last week at Parx. He's been running a couple here at Parx. And then the 2 with my guy Mikey Sanchez in the irons, and we're going to talk a little bit more about him next race. Again, he loves. He's won 8 stake races this year. And I think he's gonna get to at least 9 after tomorrow. He loves riding on that side of the track. He won with the 1 today. Paid out $32 on 2, and that is a horse that I've had my eye on for quite some time. I just didn't get a great break last race. The other horse I'm not playing, but just giving a shout out to the 8, which is Captain's Daughter. Trevor McCarthy ran with it up at the Naira circuit, as my friend AJ likes to say, because he's a big Naira guy. But Trevor is coming down. Trevor is coming down the East Coast, and yeah, I good guy, and shout out, proud papa. Could be his first. I think it's his first race as a new dad. So good luck, Trevor.
Yeah, he's got a good horse there. I mean, he's got a good progression. I did look at that horse
Yes.
a lot.
Yeah.
Nice progression going up, getting better. We're talking 2-year-olds once again. I mean, you keep getting better and better. Yeah, no, that's absolutely both fade in the 12. Is that what I'm getting?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, right.
Yeah. I mean,
That's something.
That's kind of ballsy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and I've got a Cal Lynch horse next race, but yeah, I didn't see much with it. Didn't see much with it, quite honestly.
Yeah.
And of course, thank you, Sean Nolan, for talking about some of the Woodbine horses that I was referring to earlier. He is our resident, our resident, even though he lives up in Baston. He's our resident Woodbine guy. So I
Are you trying to say
appreciate the
Boston?
knowledge.
Is that what you say, Baston?
I'm from
That's
Delaware.
not how you say it.
I can't do a Boston accent.
Sean,
I
I
can't
grew
even do
up
a
pretty close to there. I actually have a Boston accent. So.
I can't even do a Philly accent, and I'm from Delaware. So I just stay at my lane, as the kids say.
Yeah, well, we see that. All right. So yeah, that's good. So yeah, so Tom, if you're writing them down, I had the 2, 3, 10.
Yeah, yeah. That's well. We're either going to sync together, or we're going to high five together.
Well, probably like the show. We're gonna sing together. Buy the best.
Chris
Okay, yeah.
likes the 12.
Chris is on the 12. Okay. I mean, I get it. I just
Yeah.
don't like 9 to 5 with this horse. I just don't.
No,
I just
because
like 4 to 1. I'd probably take a big look at him, and but I just 9 to 5 scared me. Too many to clear. I don't know. Not crazy about it. But that means the horse will probably win by 14. So, all right.
All right, we are moving to race 9. It's 7 furlongs. This is the $100,000 Parx Juvenile. Again, we're going 7 furlongs on the Bethlehem dirt. Now, this is a tricky race because there are a lot of things out there on Twitter by people who work at the track. There's a lot of scratches, apparently. I know that the Nest horse, Mr. Mox, I believe that's going to be getting scratched. I think that's the 10 or 11 horse. That's the 11 horse. And from what I understand, there's a few other scratches as well. Uncle Buddy is a possible scratch, the 9, and bear with me here. And I hope and the 1 as well. So, but with that said, nothing's official. I'm pretty sure the Nest horse is going to get scratched. I think it's going to be in a race next week up in New York. But with that said, I'll tell you who I like, and if the scratches do affect it, we'll put it out there tomorrow. Uh, can't say enough about the one. Can't say enough about Mikey Sanchez that I already didn't say. Um, the this one looks like it's ready to freaking rock and roll. The rail is winning now. I think at like a 26, 27% clip, and with a horse like with like this speed, um, again, hopefully this horse will not scratch, but I do like the one. The nine is another one that I like that it might get scratched. Uncle Buddy uh, had a terrible last race, but he closed well. Horse likes running. I mean, he's hit the board every time he's run. He's the definitely the class of the race. Another horse I like here is the four, Vine Jet, a jockey that does not get enough credit that we haven't spoken about is Abner Ordino. Um, he lost to Uncle Buddy last time out, and he also lost to the Witty, the other horse that I believe is scratched. But he looked good doing it. I mean, the horse, no fault of the horse, no fault of the jockey. That was a hell of a race. Then he ran with a couple of the same horses that we're going to be seeing today. He's hitting his form at the perfect time, the four, and I will take right now. He's sitting at 12-1. I will take that all day to the bank. I don't expect to get those odds tomorrow. Again, we're expecting 3 to 4 scratches. So that's where I am. Our friends are giving us information as far as scratches go. The people at the track, but let's wait until actually tomorrow what tomorrow comes, and we'll see.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So no, that's I didn't have your scratches, so I'm good. I'm good here. And of course, Sean, of course, gives my horse right away. Script. Script. I love script here.
Yeah.
Jose aboard. Horse looks like he's getting better. Won an aqueduct. Enough said. Last time out. I mean, so let's just
Mm-hmm.
horse could just really go. I think it's going to go closer to the front than what it shows. Um, uh, and yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah, got go loose before the race. I mean, that's pretty impressive. When you get loose before the race, get put in, you win, like he did.
That's something else.
Yeah, and I mean, and this is a baby, so maybe you're coming into it. Listen, I literally looked at the one. Obviously, I love temperature horses, but honestly, the only temperature horse that was any good was the guy behind me, and that was Vertical Threat and Jesus' team. Not a great sire. So it kind of scares me a little bit there. But that's okay. He's gonna be scratched. Uh, 6 Speaking is my other one I'm going with here, and I love the stretch out on the last one. I like that move. If anybody listens to me, I do like that move. And when you see a flash and fade with that stretch out, I like it a lot. He may play Catch Me If You Can. This horse did the stretch out to go to the lead and could play Catch Me If You Can with the 6. So those are the two I saw, especially after you talked about these scratches, because those are the ones that really worried me.
Mm-hmm.
So these scratches happen. I was going to do it anyway. I'm not going to say I would have did it any other way, but that makes me more confident because I think you're going to see Script's going to be even money at least.
Yeah,
And
especially where he's been running.
Beacon will be like the second choice, maybe. Definitely. Probably. If Mr. Moxon. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So I'm going with the two favorites, really, if this is going to happen. And that's going to be the 6 Speaking and the 8 Script.
Yes, and those are my horses that I have. If my one does in fact get scratched, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, and that they've both been running up a couple more Nairo horses, running with a little bit better company.
Absolutely.
So now we're back to the final race of the card, and this one was a doozy for a. I think we're going to see. Right now, it's a claiming race, and we have 13 horses. So by post time, what do you think? We might have 9.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. I don't know how much that is. A 7 $7,500 claiming race. How many scratches go into that race? They just run them to see if they get claimed. I don't know. I'm not that familiar with Parx. So, yeah, I mean, I couldn't imagine most of the time that would stay, but
No.
yeah, $7,500 claiming race with 13 horses in it. It seems crazy to me. Like it's like the Derby.
Well, right. Yeah, it's and that's yeah. So we might see, and this is of course where we're going to get the odds are going to be all whacked out. Yeah, maybe 8, 9 horses that we will actually see. Um, but yeah, what do you have here?
Well, I'll tell you what. I singled, and this is crazy, probably, and it'll probably get scratched because I'm singling them. I am singling Moon Pistol, the
Oh,
one. Love Moon Pistol here. I think this horse's numbers are just better than everybody's. I mean, granted, he's older, he's 6 years old. I mean, this horse is, but weirdly, like I say, he's running better at 6 than he was before. I think this horse I just think the numbers are just better. And I think this horse can sit on a perfect trip. If you're talking about the rail being good, I think it might be perfect. He can sit right in the pocket, and hopefully they're stuck in the pocket, but right around the first turn and just win this race. I don't like anyone else in this race. That's my thing. So, yeah, a long shot could come in or whatever. I'm trying to save money. I'm going to single Moon Pistol here.
like it. I like that a lot. The one thing that I also I have the one as well. Uh, he likes the dirt, and he's kind of a backwards horse. By that I mean in the Mid Atlantic, we usually see our horses go down to Gulf Stream in the wintertime. This horse summered. This horse is dyslexic. He was running in Gulf Stream in the summertime. He's coming up here. He's coming up here in the wintertime.
He's like, if that was like your parents, you'd be so angry at them.
Exactly. Well, like, wait a second. I'm going to Philadelphia in the wintertime, and I'm hanging out in Miami in the summer. Like, what the
Yeah,
hell? I
yeah,
think
that
this
doesn't
horse
make
is
much.
mad. No, I'm kidding. But it
Could
was
be.
it's just a weird thing. It's I'm so used to seeing Delaware horses running at Tampa or horses running at Gulfstream, et cetera, et cetera. This time of year, this is just a weird. It's a kind of a weird thing that I noticed right away. But he is I do like his trainer. His trainer is having a really good meet here at Parx. In like I said, he is a good dirt horse. The only other horse I think that could give him a little bit of a race is the 4 Mondays with Mike. Not really catching a price. 7-2. That'll get knocked down. He's cutting back to 6.5, which I like. He ran at 7 last time out, and if you look at the race or if you look at the comments, he finished very nicely. So by cutting back, it kind of helps him, obviously, with how he finished that last race at 7. So yeah, I didn't go too deep in this 14, 15 horse field. There's a lot of horses that I looked at that I'm ticked off that I actually spent time and wasted my time looking at them. When I only like two of the horses, so I only went 1-4 here.
1-4. So yeah, you weren't far off me. I don't mind the Mondays with Mike as well. But yeah, I had to go crazy here and just go give me 6-1. And I see a couple of the comments. Liam Bro is back in the 2 cigar box.
Okay, with
Yeah, so
Ruben.
on that, I mean, I know he closed in the last couple of races. Had a trouble trip before that. I mean, I was just worried, honestly, when you see these things, can this horse actually run 6.5 at a decent level? Even though I know we see closing stuff, so that's what worried me about that horse.
Sean
And
likes Sean likes that cigar box as well. Um, so that's
yeah,
or and with Ruben. I mean, that I know Sean's a big jockey guy as well.
well, yeah. I mean, and that's great. Yeah, I mean, that's why we do this because it's going to give people ideas and things like that. I mean, that's the
Gives me
reason.
ideas. Thinking, oh shit, maybe I should play cigar box.
Yeah, No, absolutely. And that was definitely one I looked at. And that's why I'm giving you what I thought
Sure.
when I saw it. Once again, we're fading. It looks like that's going to be the favorite 12. If that horse is still there, I figure these outside draws um, are especially gonna, the old theory, and there's an angle that when you see like scratches on the like outside and one stays, you bet that horse. So say the 11, 12, 13, and the 15 all scratch, and you see the 14 stay, bet the 14. It's a weird thing that it's like because they're just
Sure.
obviously all scratching the outside because they don't like 6.5 being
But
that far out and having to
yeah, I
clear.
mean it's tough.
And the other person's like, I'm going to stay and win and get a better post because you all scratched. So I mean, that is a weird. It's an angle that people do
It
use.
is. It is. And we saw big fields today at Parks, and I was going back and forth with a couple. Actually, Sean on Twitter, that I liked a couple of the outside posts today, but man, it was I don't I like the horses, but I just hate that outside post at a race like this. Obviously, it's not the Derby, it's not an auxiliary gate or anything like that. It's but the with the quality of horses, but we didn't see much going from that outside post. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun meet where we see a lot of grade A jockeys and trainers tomorrow that we alluded to, of course, with Kenrick and Jose. Trevor Mack is coming into town. We're going to see Todd Pletcher and of course Jamie Ness, Lou Linder, just a lot of grade A talent here, which is great. They're doing a great job at Parks. Kind of this last. Oh, hey, by the way, let's throw up 5 stakes races the last week of the year. When Santa Anita had their big day on Sunday, let's just try to who. This is a perfect week. A lot of people are staying home from work, and hey, let's do what we can do. And the folks, Chris and the gang up at Parks, have done a hell of a job with everything.
Absolutely, they have. Listen, don't get me started about Santa Anita. They ran on the turf yesterday. That's true, correct? And yet they didn't run Sunday.
It's
Six
the
races.
stupidest thing in the world. They didn't
Same.
move the races. They could they let's move the races to let's move the stake races to Monday. That's a whole other story for another day. But that was just idiotic.
Yeah, it just didn't make sense. Didn't make sense.
No,
I understand I'm taking off, but then you don't take it off yesterday. It's like I don't get it. I
right?
don't get it because it was like raining yesterday. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
you guys have had quite the rain,
Oh,
but
it's terrible winter for us. It's like 57 right now and a little bit cloudy. It's awful. I'll tell you. Everybody right now is swearing at me, probably. Liam called the best handicapper in the UK.
I
Nice.
like that.
Yeah.
Liam, if you have a Twitter handle, put it up there. Love to get your thoughts on that. We're doing we finished that pretty quickly. Nice job, Randy. We'll talk a couple quick things that we're doing here at the Triple Clowns and DGen Nation, and one of them is we all know what's going on with horse racing, but it's we're in a bad state of affairs, everybody, and it's not one person, one group of people can't fix it, but the Triple Clowns are trying, and we just filmed our third in a series of how to fix horse racing. We did it for the first few episodes with fan interaction. Yesterday we had a guy by the name of TK Kugler on, owner of Wasabi Stables. He told us a lot of fun stuff about it. We're just in
Yeah,
the middle
yeah,
of
yeah. He went
editing.
over exchange wagering. It was really interesting, really cool. We just finished editing that. It should be out very soon if it's not out already. I don't even know. It's probably pretty close to out if it's not out as we
Yeah,
talk. But if you're watching this later, it's definitely out. And that was a lot of fun. Very interesting. I learned a lot of stuff of exchange wagering, which you're betting against each other, not fixed odds. We talk about that as well because that would never work. Exchange wagering, and he breaks it down. It's really cool. You're betting against each other. We would all love it.
it's gonna be
Something to bring
fun.
people in. We're going to keep doing these things that are great. Um, Yeah, and really quick response to Keith. You want to see Hit the Road? I did too, and I love Dan Blacker. Dan Blacker's a great guy, a friend of the show, a friend that I go and see and we talk to. Nicest guy in the world. You ever meet Dan Blacker? He's the nicest guy, and doesn't get the greatest horses. Doesn't always get, and he's got this one Hit the Road, which he told us about last year. We always talk about that. I said, "Who's the best turf?" I said, "Who's your best horse in the barn?" This is a year and a half ago. He said, "Hit the Road, best turf miler in the country." And, he was close to being right, and he had a chance to win, and that really sucked. And I didn't get to see him. Joe saw him. I didn't see him. I didn't want to see him because I felt bad for him. But, yeah, let's hope. Shout out to Dan. Dan's a really, really cool guy.
Nice.
And we'll Hit the Road next.
And just back to Liam in the UK, we're going to be bringing in a couple international folks in a few weeks as well on what do they do overseas? What do the folks in the UK and Ireland and Hong Kong, what do they do that
They
we're
watch
not
soccer.
doing? What do they do in horse
racing?
racing?
Horse racing. Oh, okay.
I only watch sports where horses are involved. But yeah, absolutely. We're trying to do a couple things here. Love the pick shows, and where we're doing a lot of other fun things. We're in the middle of taping up it was very sad episode in a memoriam. So look for that as well. Some of the equine athletes that we lost this year.
Yeah, well, Euros run on turf when it rains because they only have turf, and what are you going to do? And it always rains, so they never run. Yeah, no, listen, I'm all into the horse sports. I just don't. I never watch water polo because I feel like the horses are going to drown, and that bothers me. So
That's
no, but we're also doing other things. Speaking of overseas stuff, Sarah does a show on the Beer Garden. Sarah from the Triple Clowns. Obviously, she does a show on the Beer Gardens where they do Hong Kong racing with Happy Valley and Shotton. It's pretty cool if you guys are out there. Sean, if you're doing European stuff, I'm sure you guys are more apt to bet Australia and Hong Kong, I think, than we are. So check that out as well. Sean, as I say that, Japan racing, obviously I talk Chinese, but, Japan
or Japanese
racing.
even.
Yeah. Well, Hong Kong's China.
Gotcha. I know.
I think. Yeah, it is. But yeah, so so check it out. We're doing a lot of fun things, everybody. Click, like, subscribe, do your thing, and we'll keep doing more. And we're gonna try to do, filling things out. Maybe more some game shows. We are working on the Time Machine coming up. If you haven't seen our other one with Easy Goer and Sunday Silence, it's a fun one to watch. Throw it on there. It's cool. And we'll have a show coming up on Thursday night, I believe. We'll be going live. I'm not even sure what we're doing yet. I don't even know what we're doing yet. I got to find out. Something big.
All right.
Yeah, so we'll get going.
Yeah.
So Tom, lead us up.
Yeah, and again, this is the last off the rail show for the year, and really have a lot. We love all of our folks that have come in. I know one of our guys, Chris Dromby, he hit a superfecta today. Great work, buddy. So many great people.
The growth of like Chris Dromby is fantastic, right? I mean,
yeah. Chris is one of those guys that I really like seeing the involvement of him and just checking out our picks and trying to come up with picks on his own. And he's sending me texts. Oh, hey, I hit this, I hit that. Kind of stuff is awesome, and we're happy to be a part of everybody.
No, it's cool. It's cool to be on Off the Rails too, because I see other people. I see some people on here that I don't see on our show, and then some people on our show. So check it out. And I mean, sometimes it's just more convenient, or more they just bet those tracks or whatever.
Right.
But we're trying to do a lot of things and reach out to a lot of people. So
Toastman, my guy here, Toastman is he's a Philly guy, but I've seen him at Delaware Park a couple times. He's a quality guy. You would like him, Randy.
Yeah, no, I bet. Yeah, no, absolutely. Seems like a really cool guy. D-Rest, I see you like the 20-cent Omni Swinger. Isn't that the Omni Swinger? They have that at Happy Valley? I love that bet.
Oh, wow.
I love that bet. That's like first, third, second, third, first, second. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, you were telling me about that. That's really interesting.
I think that's what he's talking about. They call it the Omni Swinger at other tracks. Yeah, but what we want to do is we want to get people from the other side to tell us what they're doing in racing. That I know rules in Australia. There's Lasix involved. That they not Lasix. They don't do Lasix. But if they bleed like twice, they're done. The horse is done. Something like that. I believe it's the rule. It'd be weird if we did that here, or we just go with Lasix. But what are their rules compared to our rules? Let's look who's successful even in another country. And maybe we can adapt some rules. I mean, somebody's got to fucking listen to us at some point.
Well, hey, squeaky wheel might get it, and we're third in a very. I mean, we're not going to fix it by just saying a couple things or having 2 or 3 shows. It's a third in a series of. It's an endless series, and Liam, maybe we can hook up and get you on camera, talk about how great the racing is over there.
Yeah.
And see, and yeah, we ran.
Well, yeah,
Listen,
see the differences we could do that adapt from them. I mean, listen, there's some things that I don't even like when they do the numbers and I'm sorry, barriers and the numbers are all. I don't know why they do that. I know they do it for handicapping reasons, I believe, with the weights and stuff like that. But when they don't have that, I don't get it. I mean, there's certain things that I'm like, and then they run the wrong way. Let's just all run the same way. Total ugly American there.
we would probably.
And I can't watch them jump fences. I can't do it. I get anxiety. I cannot watch.
That's a tough one. That really is tough. And
yeah,
but it's fun. I know, like you said, Sarah's really into the international stuff. I've got to get a little bit more into it than I am. But we have a lot of good friends of the show that are into it, like and away they Joe. He does a great job with all kinds of. He's over here in the States, but I think he knows more about international racing than he does here in the States, and maybe he's on to something.
So much. I mean, yeah. I mean, listen, that's the sad part about it. I got Sarah like waking me up at like 12 o'clock to watch like Happy Valley races to see if she gave out a winner.
Well, she got me doing. First thing when I wake up in the morning, I'm looking at that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not like getting ready for work, or I'm looking at Hong Kong results and Hong Kong races.
Yeah, like I'm sick enough. I don't, but it's cool. And listen, I'd love to go there. Those tracks are amazing. Yeah, but yeah, and it's interesting though, because we're obviously doing something wrong here in America. And who knows, maybe we go into it and maybe they have the same problems or different problems. I don't know. But let's talk about it. And that's all we can do.
I don't know 100% on the new owners, Toast Man. Trying to set something up in the new year just to kind of get a feeling for them. As soon as I know, I will let you know. But I'm hoping it's going to be in a positive direction. But at the end of the day, these are casino people. And from what I understand, the new owners will just don't want to rock the boat, and we'll keep it as is. Let's just say there's not a new paint job. The paint's still peeling out there in the grandstand, and I was out there today actually, and there's still programs from October in the grandstand as well. So not a good start.
Well, put a deposit on them, and people in Delaware will pick those programs up, and you'll be fine.
Well, anyway, just thanks everybody. It's been we've been doing this. We're kind of the little brother to the Triple Clown show and Off the Rail. We've had a lot of great times. We've hit a couple pick 4s, pick 5s. We've had a hell of a lot of great guests, and we ended the year with a bang with this son of a bitch to my other side. But yeah, we have a lot of great guests coming up in the next few weeks. We've got Craig Braddock, who is the track announcer at Turf Paradise, and then the King of the Mountain himself, Mark Patterson is going to be joining us in 2 weeks from now. So we've got the guests keep on coming. We're like the little engine that can. We keep on bringing these big time guests, and they just can't say no. And we're just keeping on doing it. And AJ will hopefully be back next week, and with Craig, and we'll be talking about a track that we have not talked about yet is Turf Paradise. So
absolutely, and a plug for that show with Mark, because we've had Mark on. We know Mark very well, obviously, on the Triple Clowns. And let me tell you something. If you didn't see the last show with Mark, I mean, this would be a great lead-in show because last time Mark and AJ got in a pretty good fight, and AJ had to wear clown makeup because of a bet they made on the next
remember
show.
that.
So they haven't spoken. This will be the first time they're going to see each other since that time when AJ was on the Clowns, since that Mark Patterson Campbell. And I know that they weren't happy with each other. Well,
That'll be
he
a
wasn't
fun
happy
show.
with it.
You
Yeah,
might have
yeah,
to. You might have to wear the referee outfit, Randy. You might have to make a guest appearance and wear the referee outfit.
Yeah, I might just have to control the mute button with those two. Trust me. But it'll be a fun show, no matter what. And Mark is one of, if not the smartest person about horse
Well,
racing.
it's good. That's going to be a fun. Yeah, that's going to be a fun show. I've listened to a
He's great.
few,
He
and I
is.
just
He
know
is.
him from reputation.
Absolutely. You'll have a lot of good times with him. People enjoy it. So yeah,
Awesome.
from me and the Triple Clowns, I'll tell you, Happy New Year. Be safe, and let's hope we build the sport. Hope all this other stuff goes away, and we all have a profitable and good next year coming up.
That's all we can do. And yeah, Happy New Year, everybody. Stay safe and just be happy. Let's try to nail this pick 5 tomorrow. Uh, it's somebody's got to shit. It's mandatory. So let's fucking do it. Put out that New Year in a bang, and let's do it under the table. You don't have to pay tax. So wait, did I say that out loud? Anyway, somebody's got to do it. Why not us? Why not us? Let's put our heads together and get this knocked out. So
yeah, and we'll definitely, and for the Triple Clowns, we definitely have, I forgot to say, we'll definitely have Chip Gerke coming on pretty soon from Horse Racing Nation, the ranking show we usually do for before we go into the Eclipse Awards, which I think are the same weekend as the Pegasus. So, yeah.
All right. Well, for Randy and my absent co-host, Mr. AJ Riders, Truck Stop Burrito, I'm Tom. If you don't know that by now, then something's wrong with But anyway, really appreciate everybody coming on. Happy New Year. Hang out with your family and let's win some money. Thanks, everybody. Happy New Year.